Today's workout is for all my pregnant mamas in our first trimester. We're gonna stretch those tight and tense muscles that get really balled up from pregnancy in that first trimester. So we're gonna start with a child's pose. Come over and widen your knees, heels together, push your hips back, extend your arms, and just release. And this stretch you can do throughout your pregnancy. Even if you're not pregnant, you could still join us in this workout today. We're gonna really focus on opening up the back, relieving tight muscles in the neck, opening up those hips. A lot of changes happening in this first trimester, so we wanna really be kind to our bodies and take the extra time to stretch everything out. So just try to let go of any tension, even in your face, your jaw, your neck. Just let everything fall. All right, we're gonna take that back arm, thread it through, palm up, rolling onto the back of that shoulder blade and on the side of your head. Really trying to open up that shoulder blade, like you're trying to pull that bone off the muscle, if that makes sense. So you'll really feel that upper back open up, and this one's great for relieving that tight upper back that really all of us have probably from looking at phones, reading, just daily activities. But especially throughout pregnancy, those muscles can get really tight as everything's shifting and growing. All right, just keep relaxing here. We'll do the other side. Moving to the other side. Really rolling onto that shoulder blade. You might find one side feels a little bit tighter than the other. That's totally normal. You might need to spend more time in some of these stretches than others, and you can definitely do that. This by all means does not have to be just a 10-minute stretch. You can definitely make it longer if you'd like to. We're gonna move on to our pigeon stretch. You're gonna bring one leg forward, flexing the foot, and you can keep the knees bent like this or take this leg, opposite leg, and extend it back for the full pigeon. You're gonna feel that in your hip, and you can stay up here, nice and high, or you can come down onto your forearms, or you can all the way down to the floor. I can't quite get there, I need to warm up to it. So just go wherever you feel tension, but not like you're pushing yourself too much. You want to feel just a nice gentle opening of that hip and glute and your side glute. And again, try to let go of that tension in your neck and shoulders. We can be really tense here. Try to let go of that, and maybe if you can, try to take it all the way down and release your head and neck, so you're just releasing that tension as well. Keeping that foot flexed to protect your knee. We're gonna do that same thing on the other side. So flex that foot, bending the knee, pulling that front foot into your groin, extending that back leg, and then lowering down as much as you can. You might find that one side's tighter than the other, totally normal. We're evening everything out here, especially during pregnancy. You feel all those, those muscle imbalances, that tightness, tension in the muscle. You feel it even more to a greater degree. because everything's shifting and changing so much. So it's really important to give our body some extra love, stretch even more than we would otherwise. All right, everybody knows this next one, downward dog. So hands under shoulders, feet about hip width apart, push those hips up and back, push those shoulders away, try to create that space in your back, try to work. You can pedal the feet here to work those heels toward the ground. And you're trying to just keep pushing your hips up and back. This really helps relieve that tightness in the back of your body. That includes your back, your glutes, your hamstrings, your calves, your ankles. Breathe. Push those hands into the mat. We're gonna walk those feet forward and come into a forward fold. So feet about hip width apart, or you can bring them together, and then just let your body melt. You can bend your knees here, or you can straighten them. Wherever you're at, you can bring your hands to your shins, you can bring them to the floor. I cannot quite touch the floor unless I bend my knees, so I get really tight in my hamstrings and back, and especially during this pregnancy, and during the first trimester. You know, maybe you're more sedentary than you typically would be. I am, because I just don't feel as good. So I've been spending more time sitting and laying down. So that can cause your muscles to get even tighter. So again, necessitating a greater need for stretching. So for me, those hamstrings, glutes get really tight. I need to be doing this even more so I don't lose my flexibility. But hopefully for most of us, we're gonna feel better in that second trimester, and we can start moving more, getting our energy back, all that good stuff. Okay, we're gonna take the feet wide. Now, put the hands down on the floor, as wide as you need to put your hands down, and then you're gonna lift that right arm and twist, looking toward your right hand. So try to keep your hips level. Try not to shift your hips as you're reaching that arm up. It's gonna happen a little bit, but try to just look toward that arm and then get that rotation in your upper spine. And this might be a little bit challenging. So if you need to, you can just put that hand back down and just rest for a second. Take your time here, there's no pressure. We're holding each stretch for a minute, so some of these are gonna be harder than others to maintain that for a minute. This really helps create that mobility in your spine and your hips and your neck. We're gonna move on. This time, place that hand down. We're gonna take the opposite hand. Rotate. And try to reach that hand to the ceiling. Feeling those hamstrings release here too. The more you twist, the more you're gonna feel that burn in the hamstrings, which is good, because those muscles, they wanna fight you to stay tight, but the longer you spend in these poses, the more they're gonna have to release. You just have to get past that wall. Almost there. All right, the last thing we're gonna do is a chest opener. So carefully come up to standing. We're gonna clasp the hands behind your back, pull them down, shoulders away from your ears, opening that chest. And if you can, go ahead, look up. Take your time here. Sometimes looking up might make you feel dizzy. So if you start to feel dizzy, just look straight ahead. You can close your eyes or not. Halfway, we're gonna reverse that clasp right here. So reverse the direction of your clasp. And that's important to do because everybody's got a tighter side and a natural side that you clasp your hands. So we wanna get both sides to open everything up. And we made it. 10 minutes, first trimester stretch. So I hope that helps with all that tension, tightness, and discomfort in the first trimester. You could do this one every day, multiple times a day if you'd like, and stay tuned. As I progress in my pregnancy, I'm gonna be giving you more stretch workouts, more workouts in general to support a strong, healthy pregnancy throughout the next several months. So stay tuned, let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you next time.